It's been sold out for weeks. Tickets have been almost impossible to come by. But this is the EPL Playoff Finals 2015 at the Sky Dome in Coventry. You can guarantee a great atmosphere, fantastic hockey, and most importantly of all, talking points that will be reverberate all summer long. Hello there and welcome. I'm Graham Bell as ever. Lee Jones joining me alongside me for yet another year of great ice hockey, and it's the first semi-final of the EPL Playoff Finals weekend as the league champions and the cup winners, the Telford Tigers, go in search of that unheralded treble as they take on the Peterborough Phantoms. It's certainly shaping up to be a great game. Let's just talk very briefly about Telford. Hey, it's been the season of fairy tales for them, really. 2 titles. So here's your lineups for the first semi-final tonight. Starting with the Telford Tigers in 3 is Marcus Maynard. Sam Zajac wears 4 with Martin Andre in 6. Rick Plant wears 8 with Peter Zasbo in 10. 12 is Daniel Rose with Daniel Scott in 13. 14 is Jonathan Weaver. Owen Bennett wears 17. And in 22 and captain is Jason Silverthorne with Max Brabeer in 23. In 27, James Smith. Rupert Quiney wears 29 with Thomas Murdy in 30. 31, Sam Gospel with Dan Davis in 53. Joe Miller, 57. Adam Taylor wears 61. 72 is Callum Bowley. 77, Scott McKenzie. 89, Blas Novak. And Nathan Salem wears 91. They are the Telford Tigers. Lining up tonight for the Peterborough Phantoms in 2, Tom Norton. Darius Bliskauskas wears 8. 11 is Scott Robson. Mark Levers in 16, with James Ferrara in 17 and his brother Luke in 19. Mason Webster wears 26 with Robbie Ferrara in 27, completing the trio. Milan Baranik wears 28 with Will Weldon in 29. Dan Lane wears 32 with starting netminder Yanis Ozins in 33. Martin Susters wears 49 with Cam McGiffin in 51. 55 is Greg Pitt. Bradley Moore in 57. Jason Buxman wears 61. Edgars Bedris in 71. Coach Slava Kulikov wears 74. And 91 is Donatas Kumalauskas. With your referee tonight is Tim Pickett, and on the lines is Kozak and Cook. I pass you over to our commentators for this first semi-final. It's Lee Jones, and he's joined by Chris Beasley.
Tim Pickett will bring the 2 teams together. It's the first of the 2015 semi-finals. We are underway at Coventry. The Tigers will win the opening draw. Jonathan Weaver will carry the puck, gains the red, and will dump down into the corner. Bounces out front. Ozins will make the save. It's cleared as far as Sabo, who works it through. Jason Silverthorne will set up behind the net. Good stick from Robert Ferrara to knock the puck loose, and he steers it up the boards. Bebris will feed Mark Levers, who tries to fire it in, loses his edge. Sabo, can he get it away? Good stick from Bebris to knock the puck loose, and he finishes his check on Jason Silverthorne. Robson turns and plays it round the boards to Baranik. Silverthorne finishes his check behind the play. The Phantoms will bring the puck into his own. Shot from Bebris. It's an awkward one, and Tom Murdy will hold on for the game's first whistle.
And there you go.
Indeed, goes back to what we were saying. It's easy to forget, but this is a big stage for the officials as well as the players. Yeah. Very easy for the nerves to kick in, especially in the early going. Yeah. It'll be another face-off to the right of Murdy. And it's Luke Ferrara who wins it again. Greg Pick, winding, shooting, hits traffic in front. Can the Phantoms get a shot away? Luke Ferrara backhand towards the back door, and they score! Slava Kulikov it is! He was off balance, but the puck came to him. Telford didn't pick it up, and he slams it past Tom Murdy. It's the Phantoms who strike with less than 2 minutes on the clock. Telford 0, Peterborough 1.
Great work by Peterborough. They got the puck to the net. Murdy's down and out, pass to the back door. Kulikov, calmest man in the rink, slots it top shelf. We've got a 1-goal hockey game here. Telford need to pick it up in their own end. They seem very flat.
Not sure there's a Phantoms player you'd have wanted on the puck in that situation more than Slava Kulikov. Didn't panic, settled it down, made sure to get it up over Tom Murdy, and the Phantoms are on the board. Martin Andre will find Peter Sabo. Long pass finds Salem, who will drive right into the zone. Turns away from his man. Dispossessed though, and Bebris can flick the puck ahead. It's reeled in by Luke Ferrara, comes off the skate of Baranik, who will chase it down into the corner. Rides the hit of Andre. Levers gets it through. Bebris trying to work out front, flattened from behind. Nothing called though by the officials, and Telford will bring it the other way. Salem into the zone, trying to get round Robert Ferrara. Will go around the net, tries to stuff it in near post, but Ozins gets the pad down. Robert Ferrara gets it away, and it's Bebris who can pick it up. Sweeps it through to Baranik, nicely backhand. Bebris will get onto it in the corner. Dan Scott forces his man into the ball. Bebris stays on his feet, tries to reel it back in. Sabo backhands around the boards. The Phantoms should get onto this. McGiffin will send it in deep. No Phantoms there though. Maynard keeps it away from James Ferrara. Can't get his backhander up the boards though. Ferrara does well to flip it through. Maynard's lost his stick. The Phantoms get it. Weldon around to Kameliauskas, who's forced into the boards by Dan Scott. Weldon takes a slash from Sabo as McGiffin works it down low. Kameliauskas trying the no-look backhander. It comes off the back of the net. James Ferrara playing it out front. Miller was flat-footed, but the Tigers can get it away with Silverthorne, who racing after it. Good play from Scott Robson. Shields the puck, gets it away from the front of the net, and Weldon can send it up the boards and away. Danny Rose will go back for the Tigers. Murdy tells him slow it down, so he will, and he will find Joe Miller, who will flip it up the boards. Jason Buckman will hustle across to the Phantoms and fires it round towards Kulikov. Trying to tip it through, he's flattened by Jonathan Weaver, but the Phantoms will keep possession and Pliskauskas can skate it away. Crosses the red, tries a little move through the D. He's laid out by Max Babrea. The Tigers are not letting up with these hits in the early going. The puck will break down into the Peterborough zone for an icing call on Telford, as the Tigers with Danny Rose will skate the puck away. He's got Miller down the middle. Can he find his man? Not quite. It will roll all the way in on Yanis Orzins, who will cover it up for a whistle as Miller and Pick have a push and a shove in front of the net. The officials in there quickly.
Come on, ladies! Plenty of game left. Let's move.
I'm not sure I could have put it better myself, Mr. Pickett. Live though. Pliskauskas trying to walk towards the front. The puck just rolled away from him. Andre gets it through to Silverthorne. Salem can't control though, and the Tigers will be offside.
I'm wondering when that chant comes out as well. What a waste of money. It won't be long.
It's fair to say that between the other 8 sets of fans that are here from the Premier League, there's plenty of ammunition to go at over the course of the 60 minutes. It's the Phantoms who win the draw. Cameron McGiffin will gain the red, flips it through. Murdy thought about coming, but stay in his net. Luke Ferrara with 2 Tigers players there, but he manages to shield the puck well. Salem gets it away to Peter Sabo. Flip through to Silverthorne, who will dump down into the corner. Sabo stopping on the hash marks and playing it through. Silverthorne backhands it across to Nathan Salem. Salem gets it back. Maynard from the point. The Phantoms fans down below has wanted an offside. They won't get one though. Silverthorne backhands towards the net. Orzins makes the save. Robson can't get the rebound clear. It'll break through and McGiffin hustles in. Sabo drops down to the ice. Silverthorne will come in to try and win the puck. He's bumped into the boards by Robson. The Phantoms are onto it. Luke Ferrara passes in, escapes to Pliskauskas. He'll wind and shoot, and Murdy forced to blocker it away. It will bounce out in front, and Murdy knocks the loose puck behind the net for Danny Rose. Rose will bring the puck away down the right hand side, cross ice dump in, and that will be called as an icing on the Tigers. Peterborough will complete their line change as Telford bring it away with Zajac. Threading it through towards Nathan Salem. Icing waved off. Robson knocked down to the ice. Silverthorne towards Sabo. Good stop by Orzins with the left toe. And he will cover up the rebound as Nathan Salem went to try and wrap it round him and stick it into the unguarded net. That was a really good stop by Orzins, who had to kick out that left leg.
It's great work by Orzins there. There was a couple of chances. Silverthorne with a wrap around. Puck fell in front. Salem tried to wrap it as well. And out came the big white glove of Orzins to snaffle the puck. It's better from Telford in the Peterborough end. It's looking a lot more settled. They are seeming a little bit static and neutral ISO, which is a little bit of a problem because Phantoms are coming with speed.
Face-off will be to the right of Yanis Orzins. It will be Sabo and Levers. It is Sabo who wins it. Dan Scott from the point. Orzins will glove that one and hold on for a whistle. Something we've seen quite a lot in the early going league. This top line for Telford, the 3 S's line of Salem, Sabo and Silverthorne, do seem to have been on the ice an awful lot. Now, whether that's something that Tom Watkins would have planned for, or whether that's something that the way Peterborough started has sort of forced them into that change, but that's the line you'd want to be well rested at the end of the game, ideally. Yeah,
ideally you would, but I think when your hand's forced in a playoff game, you go with it.
Silverthorne knocks the puck past Robert Ferrara, couldn't quite keep a hold of it, but he'll win it back along the boards. Sabo, as the puck bobble, Levers will pin his man along the boards. Levers will have to go as his helmet's come off. Silverthorne trying to knock it through. Robert Ferrara reaching in. Salem will sweep it back through to Peter Sabo, who's hit hard into the boards. Tigers keep possession. Salem gets it back. Andre, lots of time shooting, saved by Orsons. The puck's loose and Orsons backs it away with his blocker, almost like a tennis racket. He just scoops the puck outside the blue line. Great hit from Bebris on Andre. He's turned the puck over, but to the dissatisfaction of Tim Pickett. And Eddie Bebris will be the first player to go to the bin.
Great call.
He rode him all the way. No, because he rode him all the way. He saw numbers the whole way. He didn't pull out. He decided to hit. Should be a 2 and 10 from behind. I'm going to put 2 and charging.
Okay, but if you're interpreting then that it is a 2 and 10, then why are you not calling it a 2 and 10? I'm not being I don't understand why you'd say that to a player and then not call it. It's a playoff game, I agree. I didn't think it was a penalty in the first place, if I'm honest. I thought it was just a good solid hit.
I have to say, from where we're stood, it did indeed look like a perfectly clean hit. But it will give Telford the game's first power play, and it's a Tigers power play unit which has been fairly lethal over the course of the season.
Yeah, they have been really lethal. It's not the top line either, because the top line was on the ice when the penalty was called. So the second unit's going to get a chance now to establish themselves in the game.
So it's 2 for charging on Eddie Bebris. The Tigers win the draw. They've got Bebrea on the point. He will flip it through to Davies. Miller, and now back to Davies again on the hash marks. Will walk in, trying to generate the angle. Fans on his shot. The Phantoms will converge on the puck, but Telford keep it alive. Miller moving out, snaps a shot. It's off the shoulder of Orsons. It'll be picked up by Davies, who works it back to Bebrea. He's got Andre at the top of the circle. He works it down low for Scott McKenzie. Across they go. Bebrea shooting, save made. Orsons rebound is chopped as far as Andre and then kicked to the line, but not out, say the officials. Davies will keep it alive, and Telford will look to get the power play set up again. He'll play it and get the give and go from Miller. Back out to Bebrea. And now Davies again, walking in, flips it back through, one-timer, and they score! Max Bebrea it is with a hammer from the blue line. It was a bobbling puck, but he got all of it and snaps it past the left pad of Yanis Orsins. That lethal Tigers power play strikes again, and it's Telford 1, Peterborough 1.
Peterborough done a really good job as well at keeping the puck away from Bebrea and not letting him have a clear sight at goal. It's the first time the Phantoms had sunk a bit lower in their own zone. Puck's back and boom, boom, lays down the hammer. He has an absolute cannon of a shot, blows it by Orsins. We've got a 1-0 hockey game.
Davies this time does gain the red line and fires it in. Bebrea nicely lets it run. It's Marcus Maynard who makes a little move towards the front of the net. Good skate comes in from Robert Ferrara to knock the puck away. Phantoms down the right hand side. James Ferrara skips past Danny Rose. Maynard ties him up.
The penalty on the play here.
There will be
Peter being called.
Penalty called, and it will be on the Phantoms. As now James Ferrara and Plant will have a coming together. The officials are in there quickly.
In the corner, no.
It's one thing I've not... Tim Pickett, I've been in to give him a lot of criticism over the past, but now hearing him on the referee microphone, some of the explanations he gives for penalties that he's calling, the players must feel a little bit more at ease that he's given them that explanation as to why he's called it. Every penalty he's called, I mean, there's only been 2 on the night, but everything he's blown his whistle for, he has explained to the players, and it puts them at ease as well in a big game like this, that he's in control, he's not worried about what he's calling.
Second power play of the game then for the Telford Tigers. They scored on the first, and they will win the draw on the second. Zajac across, Weaver winding, shooting, it's well blocked by Baronic. It'll break to Silverthorne, who managed to keep it away from Cameron McGiffin, but not from Scott Robson. Baronic to the point, but Weaver keeps it alive. He'll wind and shoot, traffic in front, Orsins making the save. Puck knocked loose, Settler trying to work it out backhand. Instead he'll turn. Sabo back to Weaver again, who this time fakes the shot and plays it towards Peter Sabo. Baronic putting the pressure on Sabo, turning in the corner. It's off the skate of Salem. Phantoms can bring it away. Poor pinch by Weaver. Baronic gets it through. Bebris is in. He shoots. Good stop by Murdy with the blocker. Bebris tried to go forehand, but Murdy gave him virtually nothing to shoot at. McGiffin lines up his man with a good hit on the blue line. Zajac threading the puck through to Sabo. Salem stays onside, rims it round the boards towards Jason Silverthorne, who will send it back again. It'll be Weaver to pick it up on the point.
That was a really poor pinch by Weaver, something we're not used to seeing from Weaver there.
Sabo walking in, playing it down low. Salem back to Sabo. Zajac fakes the shot, it's across to Weaver, it wasn't a good angle, so he'll have to reel it in. This time moves central, sets up Sabo, who's the left-handed shot on that right-hand side. Weaver, again, playing the quarterback on the power play. Zajac winding, shooting, traffic in front. Can Silverthorne get on the rebound? No, he can't, he was well tied up. Zajac with a little move at the line to keep it alive. Silverthorne snaps the shot, it's deflected. Sabo can't control, and Bebris fires it
through the bench,
over the benches.
Through the bench, yep.
As you will Ferrara to deflect that centering pass away. Kameliauskas turns and will then skate it out of the zone. Gains the red, gains the blue. Drops down into the corner. Lined up by Jonathan Weaver. And the Phantoms will get their first power play of the game.
Okay, interesting now. Is he going to call that a 2 and a 10?
At first glance, full speed, I would say no. I think it's just going to be a 2. But we will wait to hear.
Borden. Charging. We'll wait for the call.
Get an extra person, that's 2 and 10, check from behind. Yeah. 2, 10, check from behind.
To my right, Lee Jones is not overly enamoured with that call, it's fair to say. The bench door will open and Telford will have to send an extra man across. Jonathan Weaver will get the 2+10 for checking from behind. The hit on Kameliauskas in that corner, who'd worked really hard, you'd have to say, to get the puck all the way up the ice and into the zone. And with 57 seconds left in that first period, the Phantoms will go on the power play. Face-off is to the right of Tom Murdy. It is Silverthorne who wins it, and Dan Scott will clear it all the way down the ice.
That call's smarts after what he said about the first Peterborough one. That's all I'm going to say. It looked like to me originally a 2 and a 10, but if you're not going to call the first one, for me, consistency is don't call the second one.
Norton rims the puck around the boards. Baronic will backhand through to Mark Levers. He flips it across. Bebris gloves it down. Will play it back off the boards to Tom Norton, who moves central, throws it towards the net. Tip came in from Levers, but it hits the skate in front, and Telford can clear it away again. Orzins was thinking about the long pass. Instead, he will leave it for Tom Norton, who finds Luke Ferrara. Bebris picks up the puck, will work his way into the zone, drops it back. Darius Piskauskas trying to go near side. Murdy blockers it away. Bebris to Baronic. Luke Ferrara's one-timer and he scores! 2 seconds left in the period. Luke Ferrara, open top of the circles, goes bar down on Tom Murdy, and the Phantoms retake the lead. Power play goal for Peterborough. Telford 1, Peterborough 2.
That's a great finish there. Peterborough gaining the zone. Nice pass back. Ferrara going bar down. 2 seconds left in the period. That is the key thing now. Telford aren't going to get a chance to come out and get a chance at net. So going into the period break, it's the Phantoms that are going to be on the front foot in this game.
You would have to say Telford's penalty killers, frankly, looked a bit sleepy there. I think they thought time was going to wind down on the period. It most certainly did not. And Luke Ferrara snaps it over the left shoulder of Tom Murdy. That will do it for the first period. And it's a period which has had end-to-end action. It was a good start by Peterborough. Telford came back into it as we knew they would. But it's that late power play goal from Luke Ferrara that means with 20 minutes gone in the first semi-final, it's Telford Tigers 1, Peterborough Phantoms 2. Second period ready to go at the Sky Dome. The Phantoms with a 2-1 lead. It's Telford who win the opening draw. Zajac across to Rupert Quinney, who will fill in while Jonathan Weaver serves the rest of his 2+10. Silverthorne trying to watch the bouncing puck down, which he does really well. Levers back to his feet, trying to knock it loose. Bebris will reach in, bumps Nathan Salem into the boards. Silverthorne is pinned in there as well. Manages to keep the puck alive. Norton comes in, but Salem has the puck, works it through for Silverthorne again. Norton does well, knocking the puck loose. Baronic trying to reach in. The Phantoms get onto it. Tom Norton gets it as far as Quinney from the point. He'll play it down low. Salem trying to stick handle his way through. Past Robert Ferrara. Over he goes. That will be a penalty. And I think that's going to be a high stick.
No, it wasn't you, it was him. He's come across. Yes, he did.
High stick.
You've come across on the stick. You've caught him in the face. Yes, you. Bebris.
Bleeding.
Now, the interesting call here is that real time.
There we go.
It looked like Robert Ferrara, but it's actually Eddie Bebris who's going to get the penalty.
There we go. It's got to be a game.
And if there is blood, it will have to be a game misconduct.
And Pickett.
I don't make these rules, boys. You play by them.
Yeah.
It's cut.
And that's true. I find that the high stick penalty is a very harsh penalty in this league. You know,
5 plus game, high sticks.
2 plus 2 for high stick. It's an accidental high stick.
Go,
It's
I'm afraid, boys.
not maliciously meant to do it. And in a big game like this as well, this is a game changer. Telford are going to go on a 5-minute power play. Nothing can be done about it.
And it's not just that, but it's Eddie Bebris who is going to go. As we say, real time, it looked like Robert Ferrara, but it's actually Eddie Bebris whose stick has come up. And Eddie Bebris is done for the rest of the playoff semi-final. This could be a huge turning point.
Coach, hey, I've got double cuts across the eye, 1 on the cheekbone. It's a 5-in game. I'm sorry, gentlemen, let's go.
Yeah, and he's true. And the referees hate the call as well, because in a big game like this, no one wants to call a game penalty. You know, you don't want to do that to a team that's 2-1 up, that's playing against the league champions and a cup winners. You don't want to do it to the team. And I'm going to swear in a minute if I keep going, because it's a rubbish call. It's an awful penalty to have to call at this stage of the season and in a massive game like this.
It is Plant who wins the draw. Sabo knocked down to the ice, manages to scoop the puck away. It'll be played through to Plant, and now Peter Sabo. Plant well pressured by Scott Robson, falls over his own stick. That won't be called as a penalty. Kulikov will hustle across, takes a hard hit from Peter Sabo, and that will be called as a penalty. Big shot from Salem after the whistle. The Phantoms will not take kindly to that. Zajak's in the middle of it as well. The officials will come in to try and separate them all. Slava Kulikov over on the hash marks is just getting back to his feet.
Zasbo's high on his hit. He's got a fake. No. Zasbo's high on his hit. That's what causes that. Zage. He's caught him high. 2 high. 2. Hey, Zaz, sit. We done? Boys, we done?
So now the interesting thing is here now, is he going to call Salem for the 10 minutes for shooting after the puck? I think with all this going on, he's kind of forgotten about that.
Original penalty. Your high stick. Your high. That's it. Handbags. Let's go.
I'm sure the Phantoms will remind him. It was Nathan Salem who's changed his jersey number due to the blood on his original jersey, who took the shot after the whistle.
That's for 2 minutes. High stick.
Thing is, I think Pickett understands as well that in this cauldron of Coventry, it does get extremely loud. We're only picking the whistle up really well, obviously, because Pickett's on the microphone.
He's protecting himself. He's bringing his hands up. He's responsible for his stick. Okay, I get that. But there's no intent. He hasn't gone to hit him in that respect. Okay, it's a defence mechanism. Okay, it's a 2-minute minor.
It's great explanation again by Pickett, you know.
It goes back to what we said in the first period. When it's explained that clearly, you can't argue with it. You can disagree with it, and I'm sure the Tigers will disagree with it, but you cannot argue with the logic that Tim Pickett's put into that call.
No, you can't. And Sarsbo as well knew that he had to be called, because he's going in, I was protecting myself, Pickett, I get it. You've got to be in control of your stick, and Sarbo's, I understand that. So
it is the Tigers who win the draw. We will play 4-on-4, and Martin Andre will play a long pass towards Nathan Salem. Off the stick of Pliskowski, Salem racing in. Forced well wide. Robert Ferrara gets his stick in the shooting lane. Silverthorne turning away from Pliskowski. The Phantoms knock it loose again. Shot from Scott will be gloved and held by Orzins as Silverthorne goes towards the front of the net. And that's the first time I think that we've really seen Yanis Orzins not so much show his temper, but he was very quickly back up to his feet there. Who hustled back, did not give up on that play, and he denies Tom Norton the shooting chance. Plant now in the Peterborough zone will carry all the way around the net, gets it back to Quinney from the point. That one's been blocked. Can Peterborough come away again? Yes, they can. Pliskowski, he's in behind Zajac, makes a little move. Good stop, Tom Murdy. Read it all the way, did Murdy. Gets across with that right pad and the blocker, and Darius Pliskowski just could not get enough height on that shot. 2 great chances for Peterborough, but a great play from Zajac, and then a good stop by Murdy keeps it a 1-goal game.
It does, you know, and it's a bit early maybe in the second period to say it, but are Peterborough going to come back and rue the 3 breakaways they've had? The 3-on-0 there that Sam Zajac managed to get back in and break up.
Return to full strength as Andre flips the puck through. Robson trying to backhand it around, instead goes forehand to flip it past Peter Sabo. Robson hustles across 2 Tigers players in there with him though. Ferrara comes in. Big shot from Scott, he's off the glove of Orsins. He tried to hold it, couldn't do it. The Phantoms though should get it away. Webster, nice little backhand through. James Ferrara into the zone, plays it towards Webster in front. It was just too far away from him to scoop it towards the net. High, late hit after the play, and Martin Andre has not taken kindly to that at all. And now Webster comes in, Scott's in there as well. It all started with the hit from Kameliauskas on Peter Sabo. Andre did not take kindly to that. He's grabbed a hold of the visor of Kameliauskas. He's now thrown a punch through. Dan Scott's in there as well. Webster gets a hold of his man.
Take him, Silverthorne, take him. He's getting next, I got him. Hey, come on, guys. Go, okay, yeah, go, take him, I got him. Take him, Danny, let's go. Danny, let's go.
This is going to get a little bit silly now here. Peterborough dragging Telford into the game they want to drag them into.
Okay, yeah, but you don't need to go. Let them take him.
Kameliauskas heads to the bin. Martin Andre will do likewise.
I got it. Okay, and he's going to get the extra for carrying on. But he's still going to get one.
There we go. It looks like Telford are going to get a 2-minute power play out of this just by what Pickett's just said there. There you go.
Weldon and Sabo will take the face-off. It is Sabo who wins it. Plant gets it back to Silverthorne, who's working the point. Plant will hold and gives back to Silverthorne again. Rister's deflected off a Peterborough player, but it goes wide. Salem gets it through. Sabo coming out front. Great active stick from Orsins to knock that puck loose. And Peterborough can loft the backhander down the ice to relieve the pressure. Jason Silverthorne will play the long pass ahead to Rick Plant, who gains the zone, plays it back through towards Silverthorne, gets away from James Ferrara, and then Scott Robson. Plant reaching in. Salem falls over a stick. The referee is not interested, and now Robson's knocked down. There's going to be no penalty called. The Phantoms can just scoop it away. They are back at full strength, and the whistle will go. As Scott Robson has stayed down behind the play, he'll now skate off towards the bench with his hand very firmly clasped over his face.
I didn't see the contact. He's come around the board. He's come past me. Talk to me. You want to talk to me? Talk to me. Don't talk at me. Did you see the one near our bench as well? Was there? Miller. I got told retrospective by the line. No, I would. I didn't. I've got a safety play there. Go down. Play stop. Okay. It's going to come outside here. Still no penalty. I didn't see the contact. Okay. I've got no contact, gentlemen. I can only call what I see. Yes. Yeah, no, I didn't. That's what I mean. I didn't see it.
Well, from here, with our position, we could see that, as the players have said, it was Nathan Salem that made contact with Scott Robson. But again, you can't argue with Tim Pickett. It was nice, but in amongst all the excitement, we've passed the halfway point of the game, with the Phantoms still leading by 2-1. The face-off will be to the left of Yanis Orsins. It'll be Sabo and Luke Ferrara. Sabo wins the draw. Weaver will step in. Pass is deflected at the break into the slot, and away comes Darius Pliskauskas for the Phantoms. He'll have to try and do it all himself. He splits the D, he shoots, he scores! Darius Pliskauskas! We know that's what he can do. He just did not give up on that play. He splits the D, and Tom Murdy cannot stop it going into the back of the net. It's a goal out of nothing for the Phantoms, but it's Telford 1, Peterborough 3.
Great play by the Phantoms. They managed to get the puck out of the zone. They're getting. Pliskauskas never gives up on a play when he sees the net in front of him. Murdy gets a bit of it, just can't keep it out. 2-goal lead now for the Phantoms. Telford have got to really dig deep here and get back into this game.
It actually almost looked like Tom Murdy did get a good piece of that shot, but his momentum took him backwards over the goal line. So it is clearly a good goal. It's Darius Pliskauskas, unassisted on a delayed penalty, that has given Peterborough a 2-goal lead for the first time in the semi-final. Jason Silverthorne will play it towards Peter Sabo, who sweeps it cross ice. It's off the stick of Scott Robson. McGiffin lines up Silverthorne, takes his man into the boards. Silverthorne falls down. Salem gets it away. Zajac wide open shooting, well blocked away by Yanis Orsins. Baronic trying to work it round the boards. It'll break to Cameron McGiffin. Sensible up the boards, and the Phantoms can clear it all the way down. It's an icing call on Peterborough.
Sailor was just wondering whether he had to go back off to get the cuts repaired.
Kameliauskas takes the hit from the Bray, and puck is dumped into the zone. Robson gets it out of his feet, rims it round the boards. The aforementioned Nathan Salem picks up on the puck, finds Davies. Robson ties up his man. Salem bump backhand from McGiffin. The Phantoms looking to work the puck loose. Good strength from Davis. McGiffin sent down to the ice. That allows Salem to get a little bit of breathing space. He'll try and turn. McGiffin recovers well. Stick being lost. Good poke check from Orsins on Martin Andre, who tried to come out front. Davis hit by Robson. Salem onto the puck. McGiffin pressuring him again. Nice little turn by Davis. Salem trying to get towards the front again. It's the poke check from Yanis Orsins, and Nathan Salem is sent barrelling into the crease by Cameron McGiffin.
McGiffin's taking him there.
Yeah, it's a good call as well. McGiffin did tie him up and get him into the net.
McGiffin took him to your goalie. McGiffin drove him all the way to the goal, so it's inside.
Flips it back to Martin Andre. Bebrea, right hand side, Levers reaches in. Bebrea overskated the puck. The Phantoms can send it back in. As time is winding down on the second period, Andre forced by Will Weldon, but he will turn and just set up behind the net as time winds down on the second period. And it's a period which was a bit scrappy at the Telford power play, misfiring, and it's Darius Pliskauskas who has the only goal of the second period. 20 minutes of regulation time left in the first semi-final. It's Telford Tigers 1, Peterborough Phantoms 3. The Phantoms with a 3-1 lead and 20 minutes away from a playoff final.
Massive period of hockey coming up for both clubs here.
I was just about to say it's going to be a long 20 minutes from a Peterborough point of view. Weaver will play a long pass that's well knocked down by Robert Ferrara, and an early whistle for an offside on Telford.
Be interesting.
Dan Scott will fire it up the board. Salem tips it through down into the Peterborough zone. Pick will play it up to Darius Pliskauskas, who's spun around by Dan Scott. Weaver around the boards to Scott McKenzie, who will set off down the ice, gives it left hand side to Weaver. Plant walking in, shooting and scoring! Cross ice play from Telford. Rick Plant winds and shoots. It's up over the glove hand of Yanis Orsins and into the back of the Peterborough net. 1:56 gone in the third period, and hang on, we've got a game on. It's Telford 2, Peterborough 3.
Ricky Plant picks up a bitty play, really thrown across the ice. Let's go of a howitzer that beats Orsins there. And those sort of shots in this first and second period, Orsins was gobbling up. You know, he's got a full sight of the shot coming in. Plant finds a gap, makes it a one-goal hockey game.
How's Jonathan Weaver in the Telford zone? Davies. Cross ice pass will be picked up off the boards by Bebrea. Puck bounced up in the air. Telford, terrible change at the back. Breaking in is Luke Ferrara, shooting just wide of the far post. And Telford are going to get called for too many men. That was a sloppy change at the back by Telford. Far too lackadaisical. They could have been punished with a goal. Instead, they're going to be punished with a 2-minute too many men penalty, and Peterborough will go on the power play.
As you say, sloppy change from Telford. Puck didn't go into the zone. The 2D men come across and make the change. It's up in the rafters. They don't see it. It's a bad change, and it could cost them now. They've just got back into the game, and now they're giving Peterborough a chance to get their foot back on the game. Both teams now fighting for their lives to stay alive in this season. Which team's going to have the golf clubs out and on the golf course tomorrow?
Played up the boards by Norton. Kameliauskas will flip it in. Zajac finishes his hit. The Phantoms bench don't like it. Weaver to Davies, first time pass to Bebrea, and now Zajac. Long pass was looking for Novak, won't find his man, and it's an icing call on Telford. And now Novak grabs a hold of Tom Norton behind the goal. And is this just a little bit of frustration we're starting to see with the Telford players with the slightly shorter fuses, shall we say? Salem and now Novak. It's not quite going how they'd have wanted it to.
No, and Peterborough are picking their battles as well. Yeah, they're not going after the likes of Sabo, or they could even pick Miller, Bebrea out as well. They're going for the guys that are more likely to explode and give them a man advantage.
It's smart hockey, it's tense hockey, it's playoff hockey at the Sky Dome. The face-off will be to the left of Tom Murdy. It'll be Levers and Davies to take the draw. Levers wins it. Baronic trying to turn away from Zajac. He'll backhand it in behind the net, but no Peterborough player there. That allows Weaver to pick up on the loose puck and then play it down the boards. It's worked through by Bebrea, but the Phantoms get onto it. Baronic flips it up in the air, sent barreling down to the ice by Novak. Tim Pickett is unmoved. Zajac, cross ice pass, stick in the lane. McGiffin stepping up again. Levers has been upended at centre ice again. Nothing called by the officials. McGiffin, lovely kick through, and it's Baronic who will play it back towards Cameron McGiffin. He'll shoot just up over the crossbar. Zajac not able to knock it down, but Brea can skate onto it. Plays it near side. Davies stepping inside Robson. Puck just sits there. Weaver towards Brea, who will look to turn. He flips it back towards Martin Andre. It was a horrible pass, and it clears the line. Weaver will give to Andre again, who skates across the ice. Will gain the zone on the right hand side. Good stick from Jason Buckman, but Andre manages to keep possession. Pick gets a deflection on the pass. Brea just gloves it towards his man. Pick reaching in. Jason Buckman will fire it round the boards. Kameliauskas gets a tip on it. Telford close to too many men, but the officials not moved. Scott manages to shield the puck away from Kameliauskas, who will hustle across as Sabo drops in. And it is Peter Sabo who will work the puck free to Martin Andre. Sabo gets his head up, drives his way into the zone. Good stick by Norton, but Sabo can pick the puck up in the corner again. Norton scrapping away. Weldon's in there as well. Silverthorne waits for it to come loose, but it's Milan Baronic who gets it away from Peterborough. Nice pass up the boards. Ferrara trying to chop it through. He'll backhand it ahead towards Baronic. It's off the skate of Jonathan Weaver. The Tigers will play a long pass towards Silverthorne into the zone. He falls down. Robert Ferrara comes across. McKenzie comes in from behind to win the puck. Flip through by Robert Ferrara. Norton try and scoop it up the boards, but Telford will knock it down. Miller gives his man a shot in the back. It's Zajac from the point. He gets past Milan Baronic. Diving play from Norton. He didn't get it clear. Zajac going sharp angle. Save with the left pad by Yanis Orzins. Plant will be forced into the boards. McKenzie gets it back to Weaver. He flips it across. Zajac. Diving block comes in. Zajac will still shoot, and Yanis Orzins will glove it down. No traffic in front of Orzins again, and Sam Zajac just floats the wrister straight into the glove of the Peterborough netminder, and it's shot away at the blue line by Pliskauskas. Martin Andre from the blue line finds Plant, who will give it to Weaver and then back to Andre. Long pass finds Davies, who sweeps it through for Max Brea to chase. Knocks Luke Ferrara out of the way. Robson will skate around, but Davies should get there first. He does. Andre will send it to Davies in the corner. Brea walking in, shooting glove save. Yanis Orzins again. McGiffin did a good job getting the traffic out of the way, and Max Brea can only find the big trapper of the big Latvian.
It's a good save again by Orzins there, taking the pressure off the Phantoms team. Brea getting a nice clear sight at net. Shoot it into that big white catching mitt there of Orzins. Timeout being called, I believe.
It will indeed be a timeout from the Phantoms. And I think, to be honest, that's to give the defensive troops a breather as much as anything else. It's been a mammoth effort thus far in the third from the Phantoms rearguard.
Yeah, it's a massive time now.
Dig in, okay, so hug the line. Make sure you get everything tight on the line.
Pickett is saying there, Peterborough are going to be digging in.
Again, it's really interesting to hear from the officials the fact it's good game management from Tim Pickett, using his linesmen and telling them this is how the game's going to go, so this is what you need to watch out for. Face-off will be to the right of Yanis Orzins with 3 minutes and 19 seconds to play in the third period. It is Novak who wins the draw. Dan Scott will play it down low. Davies tried the centering pass, it rolled off his stick. Norton pinning his man into the boards, trying to work the puck loose. It'll come through to Pliskauskas, who tries to chop it past Dan Scott. Good reach in there from Tom Norton to clear the puck away. Martin Andre from the blue line will play the long pass that Davies knocks down. Norton again diving in to clear the puck. It'll be played ahead. Nice pass through from Luke Ferrara. Pliskauskas will spin into the zone, makes a move and scores! Darius Pliskauskas with magic hands off a lovely pass in the benches from Luke Ferrara. Is that the goal that puts the Peterborough Phantoms into the playoff final? They've got 2 and 51 to go. It's Telford 2, Peterborough 4.
Nice stretch play again by the Phantoms. Darius Pliskauskas skates in, doesn't waste it this time. Digs Murdy out of his shorts, jock straps up in the ceiling somewhere. And we've got a 2-goal hockey game now with just under 3 to go.
The first meaningful bit of action that Tom Murdy has had Essentially, this period is to pick the puck out of his own net. Darius Pliskauskas with his second goal of the game. Telford will respond with a timeout, and Tom Watkins is going to have to work some magic now with just over 2 minutes to go.
If 2 goals are scored now, I think this place is just going to be erupting.
The Phantoms lead by 2. It'll be Sabo and Weldon to take the face-off. It is Peter Sabo who wins it. Weaver will look to stick handle his way into the zone. Robson comes across as he's stick tied up by Weaver, manages to knock the loose puck down. It'll break to Peter Sabo. It's got Silverthorne from the point, shooting through traffic. A couple of deflections on it, I think, but it flies up over the plexi and into the netting and out of play. Plays it in behind the net. Murdy will be put under pressure by Leavers, but he gets it away. Weaver across to Martin Andre. Long passes off the stick of Davis, couldn't reel it in. Weaver picks up on the errant pass. Robson gets the skate in the way. Then stick in the midsection of Scott Robson. It'll be a hooking call from Tim Pickett. The stick of Jonathan Weaver right into the midsection of Scott Robson, who went down in pain straight away. It'll be a 2-minute hooking call. Scott Robson gets back to his feet, but with 1 minute and 40 left on the clock, the Phantoms will play out the rest of regulation time on the power play, put the pressure, and they've taken the chances when they came to them. The face-off is to the right of Murdy. It is the Tigers who win it. Mackenzie will head straight down the ice. Long pass, Norton can just flip it away. Leavers will play it back down the boards to Tom Norton. Pliskauskas across to Norton once more. Pliskauskas will just play the puck down the boards. James Ferrara sweeps it through. Kameliauskas will drive into the zone, shoots up off the glove of Murdy and over the crossbar. The Phantoms will be no hurry to get this back into the zone. Leavers will just hold and then keep it away from Blair Novak and find Tom Norton. Norton plays it round the boards to Darius Pliskauskas. Well, the Telford Tigers came in here with dreams of a treble, but they have been well and truly derailed by the men from the Fens. It's the Peterborough Phantoms who head to the playoff final. The Skydome stands and applauds, and you would have to say it is a thoroughly deserved playoff final from the Peterborough Phantoms, who played an excellent game from start to finish. 2 goals from Darius Pliskauskas, some big saves from Yanis Orzins, and a magnificent defensive effort. Credit will go to Telford, what a great season they've had. But the playoff final tomorrow will be either Milton Keynes or Manchester against the Peterborough Phantoms. The final score in the first playoff semi-final at Coventry 2015 is Telford Tigers 2, Peterborough Phantoms 4.